Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm Violet Lee, your Tai Chi examiner. Today, I'm very pleased to have Dr. Ruth Taylor-Piliae. I may not pronounce her last name correctly, and I apologize for that. And Dr. Ruth, she is an internationally recognized scientist. Her research, and which is more than 90 peer-reviewed studies, right? And was frequently cited by other scientists. So, and her expertise area is doing research on the, how should I say, using Tai Chi and Qigong as a modality to for the clinical patients who suffer from stroke, heart attack, or have diabetes. And her findings are incredible. So without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Ruth. Um,
Thank you for your invitation to speak with you this morning. My name is Ruth Taylor-Piliae, and as Violet said, I am a PhD prepared nurse, and I work at the University of Arizona in the College of Nursing. And my program of research has really focused on using Tai Chi exercise as well as technology to improve the health and well-being of adults, particularly those who have cardiovascular disease, whether they've suffered a heart attack or they have risk factors for heart disease, or maybe they had a stroke or diabetes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I know you've been very busy, it's just my curiosity. How did you start to use Tai Chi Chuan as the means to help patients? And you want to share a little bit about it and your thoughts and your story?
Yeah. Yeah, so this started many years ago. Actually, I lived and worked in Hong Kong for 15 years, and I worked as a nurse in the critical care unit there. And for those who don't know, in Hong Kong, they have national health insurance. So that means that people, their health coverage is covered pretty much. And they followed the Western model of healthcare pretty much. Um, and working as a critical care nurse, somebody would come into the unit, they'd have a heart attack or some other kind of event, they would be referred to cardiac rehab for several months to, you know, gain back their strength and recovery. And one of the key components of cardiac rehab is to include physical activity. As we know, physical activity has so many benefits at helping someone improve their health and well-being. And they would have their cardiac rehab classes for several months, and then they would be discharged after the program was done. And yet they were doing Western exercise like walking on treadmills or some other kinds of things. And yet at the same time in Hong Kong, if you walk through the parks, you would see a lot of adults practicing Tai Chi exercise. And so I thought to myself, why are we imposing the Western form of exercise for rehab for these people when in their own culture they have Tai Chi? And could Tai Chi be the better exercise for them, something that they could continue long term after cardiac rehab or even as part of cardiac rehab? Because the whole goal after you have one of these events is to continue exercising, right? Not just do a few months and then stop. So that's kind of where my interest started, and that's how I went on this path and continued in this direction.
Well, that's brilliant, and you thought about that. So what did you find? And then you talk about helping people, the patient, and after
Mhm.
the cardio rehab, but you also
Mhm.
sounds like there are some is parallel. And so, what's the difference? And do you see the results of the ones
Mhm.
doing the traditional one and
Mhm.
versus doing Tai Chi or Qigong, and any differences?
Yes, so we did. So I was able to do one small study. Actually, I did it here in the United States where we looked at, there was a unique program at one time where they offered Tai Chi exercise in addition to traditional cardiac rehab. And we looked at those who were in regular cardiac rehab compared to those who did the Tai Chi. And the adults who were in the cardiac rehab doing the Tai Chi exercise as part of their exercise, they had way better physical function. So they had better balance, strength, flexibility, those kinds of things. And then some of their quality of life perceptions were also stronger. Yeah.
Whoa. So
Yeah.
that's great. And first of all, we don't need expensive equipment, right?
Yeah.
To help people to get better, but they get a better results. And but how difficult it is to convince the patient, say, hey, welcome that you survived that, but now you want to try this Tai Chi. And then I think sometimes people think, uh, shouldn't I do the regular things? And then, so, was there any resistance, or everybody just embraces, yeah, let me do Tai Chi?
I wasn't involved in getting this approved at the healthcare facility where this was done. That was my colleagues who got that done. But in my own research and the different, patients that I've worked with who've had maybe a stroke or they have diabetes or, they've had a heart attack or something, um, they are really excited to try Tai Chi exercise. And particularly the patients that I tend to enroll in my studies are the ones who finished already what was approved by their healthcare insurance, like say the rehab that the healthcare insurance provided, but it's limited, right? It's not enough and it's got to continue long term. And then they're like, oh, I feel like a rock star because I can do Tai Chi now. And it's really kind of fun. They get really excited, like just to see how their body can move in a way that they thought they couldn't, right?
Wow. So you also practice Tai Chi yourself, or am I right?
Hmm.
And
Yes.
so, there are so many different Tai Chi styles, and
Hmm.
in each of the
Hmm.
Tai Chi styles, there are multiple forms. And of course,
Hmm.
I practice Qian style Tai Chi, and which is the oldest and has the most forms. And so, in the studies you have
Hmm.
or other scientists conducted, in normally what type of forms or routines being taught to the patients?
So the me as a Tai Chi player, I'm a Yang style player. So, but that said, I believe that all styles of Tai Chi are excellent and they all convey benefits. So it doesn't really matter which style you follow, um, because you're going to reap those health benefits, right? But so in my research, mostly I've used either Yang style or one of my good friends who's also a nurse and a Tai Chi player. She does Wu style. So we did Wu style in a couple of studies with her. And it doesn't matter which style, they're still getting benefits, right?
Excellent, excellent. And
Yeah.
so
And
what?
so we do a simpler form, right? We don't do the 108 or 112. It's more like we do 24. They learn at the short form 24.
Oh, that's good. Actually, there are
Hmm.
some people even do shorter one, and then
Yeah.
they get good result. And the 24, that's many people say, oh, that's difficult. Yeah, I have heard that, but it's good. So it doesn't matter which style, it all can
Mhm.
generate wonderful results. So so would you say that, Tai Chi Chuan not only is a good um, choice for
Mhm.
rehab, but can it also be a better one? And it sounds like previously you mentioned that it was better, but do you think we should adopt that, as a more standard for all the patients?
So that's the thing is, some of the challenges are what healthcare insurance will reimburse, right? So that's like this one side issue. But I was involved with my colleagues in a big study in Hong Kong, and we looked at comparing Tai Chi with brisk walking for patients who had high blood pressure. And guess what we found? That the Tai Chi was better than brisk walking in providing benefits
Wonderful,
and
wonderful.
lowering the blood pressure, right?
Hmm. So I don't know if you have knowledge about in this area as far as insurance. And yes, this is probably can be the make and break for
Mm-hmm.
the Tai Chi to be how should I say practiced by patients. And then your understanding how open and insurance companies are, and then do we need to have a more nationwide dialogue with the insurance industry, or it's just individual and like say tomorrow if I God forbid if I get sick and then well, that's a bad example because I practice Tai Chi, right? I don't need to do that. But I'm just saying anybody, and that they have to fight on their own, or they have to pull up all the research and done by you and other scientists and say see, it is really good for my condition. Or what do you think it should be done?
Well, in the United States, we don't have, I mean, our health insurance, I don't think it doesn't really cover like what they consider complementary alternative integrative practices very well, right? Some might cover maybe acupuncture or chiropractors, but that's kind of or maybe massage if you're lucky, but that's kind of the limit I've seen. Um, I I know that the VA, they incorporate Tai Chi into their programs as part of what they offer. They're probably the closest to like that, sort of a bigger group that would cover it. Um, but it's not part of like, say, a Medicare reimbursement yet.
I see.
Once you get a big like Medicare to embrace that and cover it, like if you just t take a step back even and look at physical activity, not even
Hmm.
considering what type, that's still not um, always included in healthcare insurance, right? Sometimes it is, but anyway, we have a long ways to go to get that as a recognized sort of vital part of improving health and well-being of the people in this country. Um, but the good side is, even though it's not covered by health insurance now, I would say that, you for anybody who's interested in doing Tai Chi, whether it's to improve their health and well-being, whether they're recovering from something, whether they have a disability or whatever, um, you can pretty much find Tai Chi exercise classes in most communities. They're offered, often at like say a YMCA or a senior center, or even where I live here in Tucson, that public library offers them. Um, so you can find the classes and they're relatively inexpensive. Um, I would say now the going rate is somewhere between $10 to $15 per class, which is not too terribly expensive. If you consider some of these exercise companies out there charge way more than that for a class.
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
I
that's
won't
very,
name
very
any
true.
names, but yeah.
Yes, well,
Uh-huh.
this is Good information, and thank you so much. Yes, I think it, one way I really want to appreciate all your work, and that you have find a fun way for people to get well, and then but not cost a lot of money. And you prove that through very rigorous scientific studies.
Mm-hmm.
And my understanding is you are now part of you are the on the committee, the planning committee for the coming
Mm-hmm.
important event. That's the science of Tai Chi and health as a whole person
Mm-hmm.
conference hosted by OSHA, the Center for Integrative Medicine, and with Harvard
Mm-hmm.
Medical School. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess with that conference, more and more people will understand better how Tai Chi and Qigong can help people with health. And as a committee
Mm-hmm.
member, what have you seen in the and what will be the focus for the conference?
Mm. So there's four main areas that we were hoping to focus on for this conference. One of them was looking at the benefits of Tai Chi and Qigong for people with cancer. Another one was the use of Tai Chi and Qi, or the use of technology for delivering Tai Chi and Qigong, or even maybe looking at how technology can assess the benefits of Tai Chi and Qigong, like using, say, a finger-worn sensor or a smartwatch, or, even virtual reality or something like that. And then another area was trying to look at maybe some of the frontiers and in the future research of where we can go with exploring Tai Chi and Qigong. And the other fourth area is looking at fascia and the biofields and how Tai Chi and Qigong fit there. Though those last two are not really my areas of knowledge very well, but it's pretty exciting, the lineup of keynote speakers that are coming and their expertise, and how maybe their expertise in their area can bridge and kind of connect with what's going on in the Tai Chi and Qigong realm.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And
Mhm.
I remember in 2023, that was the inaugural conference, and
Mhm.
there were
Mhm.
um, plethora of information was shared there, and it just very, very how should I say? Even though I have uh, read a lot of scientific studies throughout the
Mhm.
years, and wrote article about it. But still, when I was in that conference, I learned so much, and especially hearing they talking about how at the molecular level and at fascia, how and explain why Tai Chi and Qigong is so powerful. So it's great, and then I'm so glad, and as busy as you are helping the conference to get better, and then to select good papers, right? And I know,
Right.
yeah, I know the submission is how should I say, quite a lot, and it's highly
Mhm.
competitive uh, to go there to present. So it's wonderful, yeah, that you are working on that, and to help us to know better about the science. So overall, and what is your expectation of that conference? And
So our hope and our goal with this conference is that we will have a deeper understanding of how Tai Chi and Qigong can benefit people sort of from a physiological point of view. Um, Not just that, Tai Chi does this, but maybe a little bit more of the mechanisms of how Tai Chi and Qigong work within the body, or maybe within even the environment, and the social system too. It's possible.
Great, yeah. And then to me, it's very interesting. And you mentioned about this wearable technology is going
Uh-huh.
to to work with Tai Chi and Qigong, and
Hmm.
it's like we Tai Chi and Qigong thousands year old, and the wearable technology is the cutting
Hmm.
edge stuff, but they can work together and then to benefit the
Hmm.
human beings. So
Hmm.
that's wonderful. So I know you're very busy, and I don't want to take too much of your time. And do you have a last word of wisdom for us?
I guess mine would be if you're interested in Tai Chi and Qigong, please look in your community to see what's available. And, Tai Chi it's so portable. It can be done anywhere and it's low cost and you get so many benefits from doing it. So if you're shy to go to a class, take a buddy with you and just start. And you can, if you want to, if you're curious about Tai Chi Qigong, you can go and search on YouTube and just watch maybe a video to see what it's all about, and then go find yourself a class and a teacher.
Excellent advice. I love that, and thank you very much for spending your valuable time with